Very important for those of you that are applying. We've got the Ken Coleman Resume Guide, which is free at kencoleman.com. It gives you one free template. We now have 6 templates on the website in our store. We basically came up with multiple versions of my perfect resume that incorporates everything I teach in the resume guide, which, by the way, is a free PDF that you can download. All right. And we also have an article in our article section of the website, kencoleman.com. Click on articles, how to write a cover letter. So you can go read in depth what I'm about to share, but I want to roll through this real quick because I know people are on YouTube and they're pulling this stuff up and they're searching how to write a cover letter. And so I want you to be able to get the guts of this and know that then you can go and read the article in depth and in detail. Here we go. I'm going to roll through this. There's a lot of information coming at you, but you need to understand this. So the cover letter is that short letter that a lot of companies require. Now, my resume is so effective in the way we lay it out. And go get the resume guide at kencoleman.com. That you technically don't need it, but for those of companies that require a cover letter, I wanted to be able to give some very practical tips so that you don't look like a rebel right out of the gate. So here we go. This is what to include, and then I'm going to give you some tips for doing this. Number 1, what to include in a cover letter. I love to start with a headline. Think about a newspaper headline, a web article headline, a social media headline, and that's what we're talking about. And if you can kind of do some combination or separate versions here of these two things. Number 1, try to drop in some of that personal mission statement, the results that you care deeply about, and so that they see that it aligns with what they do. You don't even have to say it. They know what they do. But if you can drop in a little of that personal mission statement of the results that you really love to create and be a part of creating, and it aligns with what they do, that's going to really stand out. Also, if you can use some company phraseology without being cheesy, that's going to work. So, for instance, people that are writing a cover letter and applying at Ramsey Solutions, it's not a bad idea to say, hey, I've lived like no one else. Now I want to work like no one else. You get a little bit of Dave Ramsey and Ken Coleman right there in that one statement. And a recruiter's going to see that and go, oh, this is somebody who understands our language. That's the kind of thing. Number 2, tell them why you want the position. Come right out and tell them the why. Really great opportunity for them to align with you quickly. Talk about what you do best and what you love to do most. Talent and passion. Drop that in. Tell them what you bring to the team, and then get out of Dodge. Wrap it up. All right. Now that's kind of the menu. Here are some of the tips. Make sure you block off some time where you're not distracted. Treat this as though you're writing a chapter in a book. Don't just half-butt your way through the cover letter. Spend a little bit of thinking time and quiet time and put your best into this. Write some enthusiasm into the letter. We've all sent emails to people before or text. We do this every day where we can convey enthusiasm with words. Do it in the cover letter. I would go no more than 300 words. Short and sweet, baby. Less is more. That's the idea. And please, don't do the cliches. Don't do the cheesy pickup line that dudes are so guilty of. Don't drop that in your cover letter. They're going to look at you. They're going to smell the cheese on you. Drop the cliches. Customize the content. Every time you do a cover letter for a new job, customize it. Make sure it's really on point to the menu items I just mentioned a moment ago. Do something different. Do something a little different. If you've got some online a portfolio, for instance, drop the link in the cover letter. Go, hey, you can see my work in 60 seconds or less. Drop that in there. They're not used to people doing that. And then the last tip, triple check it yourself and have somebody else who's a word nerd, detail maniac look that cover letter over before you send it, and your resume for that matter as well. 844-747-2577 is the number, 844-747-2577. Before I let you go today, I just want to share this with you. We are in our final month of this year. And I want to just kind of one quick reminder that I see evidence online, I see in conversations, I see this every year. And it's even worse this year. This pandemic and all of the crap that is surrounding it. Regulations, stay at home, kids can't go to school. It's been exhausting. Whether you're for these things or against these things, I don't care what your political opinion is. I think everybody's pretty much done with 2020. It's been an exhausting year on some level, many levels, for all of us. And for those of you who've been laid off or furloughed and you're kind of stuck, there's a tendency to kind of mail in the last 3 weeks of the year, kind of go, you know what, I'm going to get a fresh start. I'm going to join the entire universe that gets fired up about a new beginning for the first 2 weeks of January, then they fall off. The New Year's resolution crowd. It's a bad idea because so many people are checking out in December. This is the time for you to double down and refocus. Put in the extra time. Make the extra contact. Dig deeper. Get qualified with something. Acquire a skill. Put your foot on the gas pedal and mash it. You will not regret it.